Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Now today I am going to explain how I became Hafiz of Quran and all Hadis in a time episode, and how I lost it Hibju also. Inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alamin. In a time episode, people of this home I stayed and living from childhood, 6 years of age, and here they become so cruel and very bad for a reason. Very bad for a reason, and that reason I'll explain later inshallah in future. And for this reason I was crying on a wood-made bed at the middle room of this home I am living now, crying and crying, and no language I could talk. And suddenly Jibreel alayhi salam came as a human face, and he just touched the roof, and roof was opened, and I looked blue sky from the moon, and suddenly Jibreel alayhi salam took me in a bubble of water and coated me on his breast, and his size now he was enlarging, and took me out from this planet. And while going to Asman, he gave a right hand stuck on this world's sky, and the sky was looking like me. And before Mushrik Kafir's satellite binocular, he courted me before those and went somewhere else. I was feeling very faint for oxygen, but whole world looked that I am in space without oxygen and before the telescope. And then suddenly Jibreel salam again came back and courted me in his breast, and I was crying and saying, where is Allah's thinking? And suddenly Jibreel salam took me to first Asman's door. Thus 1, 2, 3, 4, 7th Asman I crossed, and I could not give salam. I was so worried, crying, but Jibreel salam gave salam to every angel from my side. And thus he took me to the Sidratul Muntaha, the white wall like huge size. And Jibreel salam came in real face also. And suddenly a door opened in Sidratul Muntaha's boundary wall, white, and so many butterflies of gold were moving, and that tree you already know, this gold-made tree. And Jibreel said, huge, those are like point, even not less than a point to those. And suddenly Jibreel salam took me on a holy animal, and the animal's name is Ruff. It was so huge that I could not understand that Jibreel salam had put me on its back. It was huge in size and a spot like Royal Bengal tiger, white and legs below cut is like cow legs, but huge, round shape like. And his head looked like little big cow or any something else, new animal, and a light like thing on its forehead. And so holy, so beautiful, and suddenly Jibreel Salam struck on its behind by his hand, and it started to run at a highest speed. I was afraid, and on the other side of Sidratul Muntaha have come my all disease pain removed, and I was moving with that, and it was so fast moving and tremoring and shivering. I was afraid, excitement and all, and suddenly I understood I am in a very holy place. Possibly I am going to Allah Rabbul Alamin. That's I thought. Thus it was running. 1 year passed, 2 year passed, and no hunger, thirst, anything came to me. And after 2 years of running on its highest speed, Raf came to a small planet, such as a planet that has just a little water and a bookshelf, every Hadis book, Holy Quran, and a machine that I can see my home, wife, children in world what they are doing. Even I can send money and make time movement of this world, can change time. This type of all thing were present in there. And thus I did Oju, and even I did not know how long I have to stay here. And thus I started to memorize Holy Al Quran and Al Hadis. Oh, I forget to say, before that when I was riding on Raf, I gave salam to Raf, and Allah opened its mouth to give answer of my salam. And then Raf found more permission from Allah to give me salam. And as a holy animal, Allah told me also to give every day Raf salam's answer, in evening and in morning. Beside all 5 rakaat salat I used to pray and memorizing Holy Quran and Al Hadis. Thus I memorized whole Quran in some 7 years, possibly, as much as I can remember. But all Hadis I memorized in 23 years. Thus 30 years passed to Hifzu on whole Quran and on whole Hadis. And thus then after 30 years I was recalling those to Allah, so that my Hifzu is completed accurately. And thus I became Hafiz of Quran and Hadis in that last time episode. And 40 years I am still on the other side of Sidratul Muntaha, and no hunger, thirst or anything I needed on that side, even no pain of any disease on me in that time.